Final Destination Bloodlines. The newest installment that it's what was the last one that was released? What year was it released?
I don't know. Long time
Like
ago.
10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, before my kids were born.
Probably, I believe so. Man,
wasn't the one before this like that stupid roller coaster one that
was it the roller coaster one with
I don't know.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
No.
All I know
was
is that I'm glad they brought it back for this one.
This was hold on. This was an
too soon.
This was an enjoyably fun movie.
Hey,
this was
I'm speaking for myself.
I had fun watching this movie. It was funny. It was gory. The kills were great. It was
goddamn God.
I had fun with it. I mean, it's Final Destination, but it's a interesting movie that they call it Bloodlines. I mean, I'm also this is Tony Todd's final movie, right?
Yeah.
Tony Todd.
Oddly enough, his character in the movie dying of cancer. What did he die of? Stomach cancer. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said it. I got the same thing Iris got.
I got that itis.
Vagina?
The itis.
Yeah, this movie was good. I was surprised because this movie, I feel like I heard about this movie like 3 years ago. And I thought it was going to be originally like to streaming, or was it going to be a TV show or something like that? That's what it sounded like. But man, I thought this movie was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the use of like, oh, we're not supposed to be here, so we're all being essentially getting picked off. That was an interesting way of bringing it up. And
it was a great twist. Yeah.
Who co-wrote this movie? It was John Watts.
Who?
Spider-Man. The new Tom Holland Spider-Man's the guy that directed and like they did those movies. He had a part in this.
I was fully in when I saw one thing.
When the kid died.
Damn right. Fuck that kid. That kid was a little dick.
Seriously. And
it was kind of satisfying.
It was a jerk.
Reminded me of like, remember Problem Child?
Yeah.
It's like he just turns the corner, gives you a finger.
They just don't explain who they just don't explain who the kid is in the future. No, like some of the people like
but he's gone.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I thought from the opening sequence in that restaurant up top. I mean, now this is the second movie where they use shout in the third movie they use shout in a really good way, right? You get what shout in Animal House.
Yep.
That one's one of the quintessential uses of the song Shout.
Do you want to dance? Yeah. You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and
the quintessential, huh?
Yeah, in any movie, yeah. The second one was Wedding Crashers, and if you watch it, you'll know why. Yeah. And then this one, the use of it,
cities, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it! Every fucking time.
The use of this, use of shout to like be one of the points of actually. Starting the trigger of all of this. I mean, there's a lot of triggers in the beginning, like from the it all starts with the penny. It also the chandelier and shout. So all these things kind of work together. But from that beginning, where the people are dying, like the way that people die, and the way they did it, where I'm used to all the other Final Destinations when they get the premonition, it comes back to the person, and then they stop it. But the way that they did it, where you don't come back to that person, you come into the future, I like that. I thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, what? Caught me off guard. But Beck Bessinger, whatever. I just know her from Stargirl. That's the TV show that I knew her from. The blonde girl at the beginning, the grandma, Iris, right? Iris, is that her name? Yeah. When she was young, that's what I know her from.
that was Stargirl, huh?
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. DC
Yeah, I'm
Stargirl.
glad they changed it up. It wasn't just the same old formula, and they
They
made it
ti-
new.
but they also tied every single movie together,
Yeah.
every single one.
Yeah, because if
Uh,
you watch the end, or even when she's going through the book, you
Yeah.
see some of the deaths from the other movies.
From the other movies, you see the
Yeah.
and in the credit you see the plane.
So is
you
it
see-
that death, all those other movies is just death, making up for or
all the
getting
people
revenge for
all
that
the
were in
people
that sky
yeah.
tower or whatever the thing is?
Yeah, that's what I understood. I that's why I liked it, because it wasn't just a final destination to be a final destination. It had a reason and it had a connection to every single one. And number one, the one you see in the trailer, the one that you think is a death in the trailer, that character
Yeah.
dude, that character, I like that character guy.
Mhm.
Which one,
The
the piercing?
the piercing guy, especially the use of them in an MRI machine.
Not only that, but I liked that in the actual trailers, they show you some deaths that actually don't even happen in the
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah.
So I like that they didn't show you everything.
They didn't
threw you
spoil it.
off.
Yeah,
They didn't spoil it. Yeah,
I thought it was a very enjoyable
but
movie.
we probably will.
Yeah, of course. But look, in regards to deaths, this movie has them right. From the and then now we're getting to spoiler territory. We're going to explain the lawnmower one. The way it was
Yeah, but
triggered.
that had been done before. No.
Yeah, but the way the dominoes fell on it, like you didn't know which one was going to happen.
Steps on the glass, and then goes, it's okay. Ah! And then
Yeah, then you get that. I like the way that they used the main. Well, number one, at the beginning of the movie, I was not a fan of the main girl. I could not get
Iris.
behind it. No, not Iris.
Stephanie.
The I don't remember her name. I wasn't a fan of hers. I don't know why. I just did not like her. But then after, like,
no,
she grew on me in the movie. But like the death, I think that my favorite one was the MRI machine death. Both of them. Not only because of the piercing part, where it's yanked,
which I saw coming.
the nipples.
Oh
and
no,
the-
for
and
sure.
the-
I saw that. But
I knew exactly. I was like, bro, no way.
Prince
but
Albert?
the
No,
Prince
screw that.
Albert, I was like, oh. But the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That one I was like, oh crap. And then the vending machine. See, that's the thing in the movie. This movie kind of builds it to like, hey, you have the signs. The signs are there.
Oh, and the girl
Mhm.
goes.
You
oh,
just
that
have
thing's
to be able to see it.
Yeah, you
gonna
have to be open.
Fall over, it's gonna hit the balls, and
the-
the kid's gonna hit it, and get kicked in the
It's
head. and
meth. She said
Yeah.
it's meth.
Yeah, and then the garbage truck one.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good. The deaths in this movie were pretty, except the only one that felt was kind of
They-
was
They,
good.
they were pretty deserved though. Those
No,
people
I
were
don't think anyone. No, I don't. None of them were
That
jerks.
girl's like,
the
I'm not here to hear your
that
stories."
one. Yeah, that one's deserved. She was dumb, but the rest of them, like the dad, especially the mom, not only when the explosion happened, but out of nowhere, like, oh, cool, they kind of made it, and you hear, you just hear the splat sound.
The splash.
But I also like this movie. I like the fact that no one survives.
Spoiler.
God
I
damn.
I didn't even want to say it.
we said we're
I
getting
thought
spoiler territory.
I thought that was my favorite. My favorite scene was the end, and a lot of people didn't like it. You can read it online, but I actually enjoyed it because I thought it was done, and then it just came out of nowhere, and I
No.
was like, "Oh man!"
I
No,
mean,
see-
technically, she didn't save you.
No,
What do you mean? Like,
Yeah,
great,
I was like-
great way to burst my bubble, asshole.
not just
I
that, but
enjoyed it.
I like that because of this ending. Now you have a clean slate completely. Everyone that was part of that bloodline trail and that little map is gone. Technically, they're all gone. So now, if they make another, it's no longer tied to this stuff. They don't have to tie it to the old movies. They don't have to tie it. It could be a brand. It could be its own thing.
Well, but if you notice in the other Final Destination movies compared to this one, it's like a handful of people who were supposed to die in the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a whole party. So it's like, death takes its time.
Well,
patient.
Yeah.
well, if you remember the movie, the reason why death took forever was because Iris was the next one to die.
Yeah. And she just kind of said, "Yeah, I'm
But
head out here."
yeah, but because she's in hiding, because she learned how to beat like death's pattern, a lot of people
Oh,
didn't
when
get affected
when she stepped out of the house,
instantly. She's like, I gotta show you, I guess.
she's like, "All right, let me take a
Seeing
step
is
back. What do you
believing.
mean?"
Uh-huh.
What the hell? Like she
Yeah, it was
saw it.
great.
Yeah, but I think any impaled one was my favorite one was the vending machine at the MRI.
Yeah,
Because the thing keeps on turning. It just kept on spinning. I was like, oh, I enjoyed this movie.
me too. And I like the send off on Tony Todd.
Yeah, at the very
I like
end.
his lines. It's like yeah, he had those great whatever they wrote for him was perfect.
Mm-hmm. It was really well done. Everything he said, and yeah, it was a great in memory of Tony Todd, like in his memory kind of movie. Because throughout all the Final Destinations, that's who you were like. He's somewhere in this movie, like in the first one, and he's playing the same guy throughout the whole movie. But now they gave him more of a backstory instead of just being the coroner, right?
Yeah.
They give him there's a reason why he was in all these movies. So
all these damn
And
kids
why he
died.
was the last one to go.
yeah
That's why he was still alive.
He's like the Watcher.
and
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't give him a death scene in this movie. I'm glad they didn't do it. I'm glad because it was just, I think it worked. I thought it was a lot of fun. And if you think you're not gonna I mean, I thought this movie was gonna be really dumb. I thought it was gonna be horrible.
Yeah, because you think it's gonna be like the other ones, but it's not. It's like a fresh take on the whole thing, and it works perfectly.
And it ties to all of them. That's what I liked. From the acting, because again, I did not warm up to a lot of the characters, and until like in the movie, finally, like in the movie, the more through the transcourse of the movie, I was like, okay, now I'm with these. Yeah, and then I'm like, why? Like when all this stuff is happening, why?
Hey,
but
all I know is
I enjoyed it.
that penny at the end.
Guy, old lady picking up a penny from the ground.
Yeah, so if you see a penny on the floor, pick it up. You're probably
please.
saving somebody's life.
Yeah, for sure.
Put the coins back in the fountain. It's unlucky. There you go.
Yeah, it was his fault.
But if you guys haven't seen Final Destination Bloodlines, I think this is a worthy watch. But it's a worthy watch. There's still a lot to watch in this movie. It's very enjoyable. The kills are great. The cast
is great.
Yeah, it's CGI, but you're not gonna do this practical and make it look because it's very over the top, but it's over the top in a fun way.
No, best. I guess my favorite parts, death wise, was
you didn't like it though.
Was the premonition that she had in the beginning, which you kind of go like, oh, she probably just fucking. It's like it's a premonition she saw, but that long ass premonition, and then when everything crashes down, and everyone's like dying off, and they're being dicks to her, like pushing her out of the way of the elevator. The old man.
All the people who are jerks, like the guy that couldn't get a table, like all that
was
stuff.
It was a great intro.
Yeah, it was really good. Like everyone you felt like was a jerk just got their comeuppance at the very beginning.
Yeah.
You get all that, but then you get a solid. I think it's a solid story. That's the thing about this.
Cast.
You get a solid story with a solid cast.
It's a nice addition to their little thing, because I kind of didn't like after part 2. I kind of didn't like them anymore. I was just like, okay, I get it. You were dying. Okay, you saved yourself. You cheated death. Death is collecting. Cool, I get it. This was nice. It wasn't bad.
And you didn't have to get people from the old movie to come out at all. Like I know there was only one person that survived, right? Because in part 2 they kind of said the Devon Sawa character survived, but then he was killed. He was killed off screen. There's only one person to cheat the actual death.
Well, what happened is,
but who knows if that person actually cheated, right?
Well, actually, what happened with the character is he unalived himself because he wrote this letter to Eminem, and it happens. It's just
yeah.
Eminem
responded too late.
But I think this is a really worthy intro, and it's a palate cleanser because now from here on out they can do whatever they want. As long as I think as long as they come with a good story, like here it was a good story. That's what worked. The fact that it was a story that buttoned everything up. That gave this a reason, because you never really got that reason why all this was technically happening, right? But if you guys have seen Final Destination Bloodlines, let us know what you think. Did you guys enjoy? Did you guys not like it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And on that note, this has been Vinny.
This is Ozzy.
And
We'll see you guys next time.
Because Def is an asshole.